And we're live. Hello, people. Good morning, beautiful souls. So, straight into the astrological weather. Today we have Venus sextiling. Venus trining Mars, and Moon trining Venus, and sextiling Mars. So it's the same aspects, just a little different today. Today, we understand the new rules. We took the time to investigate, to sit down with ourselves, with the moon being in Aquarius, and figuring out, okay, this person tends to go off every time I chew with my mouth open. Or the boss didn't quite like this idea. My kids totally hate dinner last night. Whatever that is for you. We're understanding. We've gotten the feedback over the course of this week of how we want to address with things in our new arenas in our life. That can be children for one person, a job another, a relationship, a best friend situationship. It doesn't matter. We're understanding, which is nice. And once we get that initial understanding, we get more of a grip or a handle on the relationships we're dealing with. We're understanding the compromise, the give and take that we need to do. If it was thoroughly done, trust me, the relationships in your life that you're willing to reinforce in a positive way will expand. Takes two to tango. But with the two that come together, makes three. Something beneficial for the both of you. Or the groups. Or what have you. Moon is still in Aquarius. Whereas getting that aha, we're getting that subtle aha, okay, I get it now. If this has been your first week at work, things are becoming more settled for you. This is how easy these things are, these astrological placements show up in our lives. You probably have more people in the workplace, just a lot more quiet, minding their business, getting their work done. Not because they hate everybody, but everybody has their own lives as well. Oracle. Oracle. All these decks I've shuffled thoroughly before I even started the video. Top of the deck. Sextile. Potential. Isn't that beautiful? That small little glimmer of light. I like it. Potential. Talents, stimulation, relationship friendly, communicative, creative, expressive, cooperative, encouraging, inspiring, and helpful. When we're willing to understand, I see why so-and-so was offended. I see why I took it this way. I see why I was triggered. I understand this person doesn't like this, or this person likes this. The group will most benefit if I do this. And we're doing all these things because we're looking for more harmony in our own lives. Not for anybody else's sake, our own. Moon in Aquarius, detach, figure it out. We have 6 placements in Aquarius right now. Not Aquarius, but in air signs. So Spirit, more than ever, is telling us to step up to the plate, to express ourselves, to communicate. A lot of these focuses that we have in communication right now, in terms of dealing with the other. Eventually, we're going to go into Scorpio season. And that's water. We're not really dealing with our emotions right now. Not saying that we don't. But right now, the focus is fluidity. Trying to find a balance. Trying to find the right tribe, group of people, person, significant other, or even within yourself. What does that communication look like? What is it that you have to shift within self? in order for your relationships to look more beneficial to you. Potential. If you look up and you're genuinely putting the intentions in the right space and it aligns with God's perfect will, you'll see more fluidity moving forward. Potential. I like it. I just had to. Bottom of the deck, we have Saturn. Discipline. A couple weeks ago, with all the pressure we were having with these aspects and people going off and people ghosting and so forth and so on, relationships in limbo, Saturn was destabilizing what didn't work for us and building up and giving us the know-how with the lessons we've learned in order to navigate the landscape we're looking for in our relationships to look differently. But it takes two to tango. It takes two, you know. Don't forget what you've learned. Because Saturn won't. Oracle deck. OG Oracle deck. I swear this card loves me. Make it equal. Equator. Five, change. In order, we don't know what spirit has for us moving forward exactly, right? We just have an idea with our hopes, wishes, and dreams and, tangible facts in our regular life. Like, this is the direction in which life is going. But I say it often. If we want something different, we have to enact different behavior. We have to learn we have to adjust and understand what Saturn is trying to teach us in order to move forward, to make those stable relationships we're looking for. And sometimes Saturn is literally just pushing you to do something different. We need change. All this air, and you expect it to be stagnant in the sky right now? Absolutely not. We're seeing that double down in our own thoughts. The way we're communicating with people, the way we're expressing ourselves, how that's coming out. We're making room for what will best benefit us in our own growth. Not saying that we're totally egotistical and we're selfish when it comes to our own motives. Yes, we have to interact with other people. And sometimes that means, taking a step down or biting your lip to make both sides equal. I don't think anything wrong with that. Everybody on this earth is just not here to solely say you're the queen and you don't have to do anything and you don't have to adjust and you don't have to. Yes, we're going to have Venus trine Moon trine Venus and Moon eventually sextile Mars. But in the course of that, we're going to have Moon square Uranus. This is unpredictable change. This is shock and awe. This is ingenuity. This is a harsh download. And when I say harsh download, this is an idea that you didn't expect to come across to even think about. Under pressure and forcing things to work that is just not working can be difficult. But each and every one of these planets, including the planets that people don't like so much, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, they can even work for our benefit, depending on where you stand and what you're doing and what are you cultivating right now. Even if it's something bad, 1 + 1 = 3. And that 3 is not always good. With the right intentions, it can be. Tarot. Like I said, this week, much is not going on, but with all this extra air that we have going on in the chart over the course of the week, I will say, this has given us time to think freely before we have to hold our breath and go to the depths of Scorpio land and travel and understand those waters. But as I said the other day, more times than not, the direction in which your life is going, it starts with a thought first. That thought is typically co-signed by the heart, and then we run, right, in that direction. Spirit is putting a block to interrupt our behaviors, our expression, and making us sit down and really think about what that looks like for me. And is it beneficial for me? Let alone the group. Oof, I'm using my Urban Tarot deck, and these cards are so long. They're hard to shuffle. All right, top of the deck. The Hermit in reverse. The Hermit in the upright is having to search for that inner wisdom within it, inside of himself. Reevaluating, you name it. Mercury going retrograde. In the reverse, we don't necessarily have to. Or some people do. They're either refusing to go inside to get the intuition or the information that they have on the inside, or they've done that and are coming out on the other end. Literally running, establishing exactly what has been said this week, getting clear, understanding the new rules, implementing those new rules, where you can best enforce the stability of these new relationships or the relationships you already have in order to move forward. It takes our involvement too. Spirit is just not going to just snap his fingers and be like, voila, every relationship in your life is stable and perfect now. It took some diligent work on your end too in order to live up to that. That not only best benefits you, but the other in a relationship, right? Don't forget the wisdom that you have to go inside to find. Or if you're refusing to do this, maybe you need to sit down and find the wisdom in order to find the answers you're looking for. Bottom of the deck. The Emperor in the upright. In order for the Emperor to stay stable within the kingdom, he's above all the kings, right? He just doesn't take care of the Cup Kingdom and the Wands Kingdom and the Pentacle and the Sword. He's above it all. Sometimes we have to make really hard decisions. And everybody's not going to understand exactly our know-how or why we're making the decisions that we're making. But we know what's going on in the kingdom. Not in just one sector, but overall. And sometimes decisions need to be made in order for order to continue to be stable within the kingdoms that we have. Whether that's a position at work, what you do when you get home from work, who you chill with on the weekends, and what time you're taking for yourself. Life is complicated. Who doesn't want peace in every sector of it? Who doesn't want luxury? Who doesn't want freedom? Who doesn't want love? Who doesn't want understanding? Who doesn't want ... I said it yesterday. If you find yourself in a position or with a group or a significant other or another that's making the relationship you're trying to balance out more difficult than it has to be, it's not moving with fluidity, detach yourself from it. Let's see how well it works without your presence. We do have all these planets and air signs. No offending any of the air signs, but y'all have a real keen way of ghosting or setting up things to make or picking arguments so you can ghost. We're not doing that. We're being grown-ups here. We're using our words, or we're taking our time in order to understand ourselves so we can implement that in the creations that we're trying to make. Stand in your power. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget the other people you're dealing with. And most importantly, the compromises that you make are best beneficial for you. And sometimes making those compromises that are best benefit for you, sometimes it takes you stepping up to the plate and realize that you're wrong or somebody else is right and that they have a better plan. He might be the king or the emperor, but that doesn't mean he knows everything. Most emperors have people that give them advice. They have a court that they listen to. There's checks and balances. Don't be a tyrant. Don't be a dictator and say that's the way that you want it and expect everybody to fall in line. You'll fall like this. So we're understanding the rules. Even this emperor, he's understanding the rules. If I want better water in this area, I won't have to discuss things with the Pentacle crew. I want more soldiers on the front line. I got to talk to the Wands. I need more therapists on the front lines. I got to talk to the Swords and Cups. Yes, we are part of the collective, but more than ever, the collective is all interconnected. And we need each other, but we need each other to step up and show out as the best versions of ourselves. And we're all slowly but surely getting there. Till tomorrow. Enjoy your day, beautiful souls. Peace.